we had already spoken about the issue related to the Rajasthan fake encounter case related to the killing of Sri Dara Singh. 2 days ago, the BJP spoke about it both in Jaipur and in Delhi, and highlighted one aspect of it, that the CBI is being misused in this case also. We have been repeatedly saying not just about this case, but in most cases where political opponents are being targeted, the Congress party has been repeatedly misusing the CBI. Yesterday, much to our shock, the Rajasthan High Court has made an observation. I underline, we all understand it is just an observation, but nevertheless an observation. It's not a verdict. An observation in such sharp focus, putting the CBI as an organization which is being repeatedly misused, and that there is no faith left in them. In fact, the learned judge went to the extent of observing, commenting, that it is probably a time that the agency needs to be even shut down. They are observations, but by a learned judge. The political observations that we have been making, comments we are making from the BJP, criticisms that we are putting forward have been repeatedly felt by even many other parties, many regional parties also. The Congress party at the centre has been repeatedly using the CBI to pressure political opponents to gain support in the parliament when they want support for vote of confidence motions, passing finance bills, and when the opposition geraws the ruling party, the Congress party, they put pressure on the political smaller parties and draw their support. I would like to elaborate a bit on the Rajasthan instance. I know the matter is sub judice. We are not commenting on any process of the law or the judiciary. But the facts of certain conduct of the CBI in this context will have to be highlighted. We are doing it with definite consideration of facts being in the court, and we are not trying to interfere at all with the process of the court. But nevertheless, the CBI has been handling the affairs in such shocking state, with a tendency to please its political masters, both at the centre and in Rajasthan. I'll just trace the case of the history of this case. The encounter took place in October 2006. The Rajasthan police filed its FIR in 2006 itself. The Rajasthan police again filed a charge sheet sometime late 2006, early 2007. In none of this, Rathod's name finds a place. Rajasthan police did not have his name in it. Subsequently, the CBI was handed over this case sometime in 2008. The CBI also filed its first charge sheet, did not put Rajendra Rathod's name as an accused even then. In all these above cases, the instances that I have cited, there was no evidence found to support an argument to have his name put as an accused. No evidence found. Then CBI supplementary charge sheet is filed recently, a couple of days ago, 5th April 2012, in which for the first time they introduced the name of Rajendra Rathod as an accused. Let me also add to this list that I have narrated just now, the 2 petitions filed by the widow of Dara Singh. There was a protest petition that she had filed in 2008, I think. You can correct and check the dates, in a local court. And subsequently she filed a writ petition in the Rajasthan High Court too. Even in those petitions, Rathod's name finds no place. Suddenly now, 6th April 2012, Rajendra Rathod's name appears as an accused in the supplementary charge sheet of this CBI. How come only now? And all this while they've been saying we are not able to find evidence, and therefore it never appeared in the Rajasthan police's FIR or charge sheet, and subsequently even in the CBI's own first charge sheet. Nor was it even mentioned by the two petitions filed by the widow of Dara Singh. We from the BJP believe that the evidences are fabricated against Rajendra Rathod, and it is only an afterthought with which the charge sheet has had his name added, purely to please the political masters. And why is all this happening? We've been repeatedly saying that both UPA 1 and UPA 2 has repeatedly used CBI to oppress political masters, political opponents. Now the Rajasthan government is also doing the same. And why is it interested in doing the same? To completely mislead and distract common people of Rajasthan from the failures of the Congress government. Ashok Gehlot's government has completely failed on all counts. And every now and then, they're using one or the other such disturbing instances to divert the attention of the people. I'll just recall two major crises that Rajasthan went through. One is that Gopalgarh Masjid attack, the clash which took place around the masjid, that was almost holding the state to ransom for over a whole week. And after that came Babari Devi's murder. Again the arrest was delayed, again so much of political protest took place. You saw the state was spending its time in such distraction, whether the minister will be arrested, whether the lady would get justice, and so on. Now it is a political opponent, Rathod. And in all this, we had said this earlier too, I repeat it, there is a pattern. The government is not taking any step and probably even watching clashes which are occurring between caste versus caste. Sometimes it looks remotely that they are watching and probably wondering, let it take its own course kind of an attitude, and not clamping down on them immediately. There is also caste versus community clashes which are happening in Rajasthan, on which the state government has thoroughly failed in getting any kind of order. The divide and rule policy is dividing Rajasthan and fracturing Rajasthan, which was on a course to good progress, and Ashok Gehlot's Congress government is completely responsible for that. Ashok Gehlot's Congress government in Rajasthan is responsible for these, just as the Congress government in Maharashtra, is not answering on critical issues of how more than 10 former ministers, chief ministers and senior politicians have been named by the CAG in having appropriated for themselves and to their families such valuable lands. We don't have an answer for that. They are saying wait till the 16th of April when the CAG's report will be filed in the Maharashtra Assembly. The former Chief Minister Vilas Rao Deshmukh has been indicted by the Supreme Court for the very same allotment of land based on CM's discretionary quota. Why is he still in the cabinet? I also give you one more instance of Congress party and its sitting cabinet ministers who have now been issued notices from the Supreme Court. Andhra Pradesh has 6 cabinet ministers who have been issued notices from the Supreme Court for having issued government orders or executive orders through which money or fund has been moved over to the son of the late Congress Chief Minister. Now, Congress in every state is facing issues of corruption. We are not pointing fingers, but the institutions such as the CAG or the courts are pointing fingers, issuing notices, raising them by their name. And you find that the Congress party is diverting the attention by all these kind of divide and rule politics, or brings in CAG reports where policy is being questioned in a broader context without naming anybody. They are purposely drawing and misleading the attention of the people by saying what is happening in the CAG's report in Gujarat, where not a single individual's name has been named by the CAG. Let me remind you. The CBI is not doing an earnest attempt at following up cases is very clear and known. That's the fact about 2G cases. Remember, not till 2 years after people and political parties in the parliament drawing the attention of the government, some leaders of the left parties had written letter to the Prime Minister. BJP has been repeatedly raising the issue in the parliament. It took nearly 2 years for even Mr. Raja to be sent for a case, sent out of the cabinet for this case. The CBI has not been working at all, or if it worked only to please the Congress party at the center, and now we know it's doing the same job in Rajasthan. We condemn this use, and the Congress party is being held responsible. We hold them responsible for misusing this organization, which today, through an observation in a court, in the court by a learned judge, has proved and vindicated the point that the BJP has been saying. All the while, CBI is being misused by the Congress. Whether it is 2G case or whether it is the case of CWG, you find them taking it easy where it suits them and aggravating action only to oppress political opponents. We want to draw your attention on this, and I think the media is doing its duty in highlighting such misuse. I wish the Rajasthan case gets its due attention. Thank you very much.